Now they've got a new, like a real established identity again. At least that's how it feels. And suddenly, they're good. Or at least not bad.
Always good. Kyle, you big Newbee hater.
Whatever you say.
What are you guys looking forward to for this series?
I'm looking forward to a game 3 maybe, first of the day, you know? I figured it's never too late to have a game 3, right?
I think a 2-0 is fine. I'd be okay. I think that the better team should just have no issues. You know, just win 2-0.
What if they're even teams? What if there is no better team?
It is time. I'd say that's more likely in truth, especially when it's Newbee LGD. These I feel like Newbee VG LGD going back all the way like. Okay, that was LFY more so, but start of this year, it's been these 3 teams in China, and they can pretty much beat each other at all times. And much like in NA or EU, like there's different metagames when you play inter-region, right? Like Mineski, or what is it? I think Fnatic like always beats TNC. I think that flipped recently. There's certain matchups that like some teams just have real difficulties within their region, and the game is just different. So I like LGD's opening bans. They just take out the 2 heroes like Newbee utilized in their drafts against Mineski in the opener.
Isle's gone, the Kunkka's gone. Both very nice, high comfort picks for Newbee. They like those recently.
Yeah, we'll be helping in the draft. But what stands out? You know, like hero-wise, what are we going to be seeing? Is this going to be the same old Gyro, Death Prophets?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm excited. I like me some good old Gyro, Death Prophet Dota.
Do you?
I don't mind it. Death Prophet, I mean, it's good. It's a hero that forces objectives. We've seen. I think some of these longer games have suffered because
LGD's turn to ban. Newbee's turn to pick. LGD's turn to pick. Naga Siren.
There's a Naga.
Forgot about that one. Oh wow.
Newbee.
Silly me. Silly me.
Who would see this coming? His first pick came out of nowhere, Kyle.
As a given, I think that no matter who's on panel, like you have like a throwaway prediction that yes, Newbee might first pick Naga. Yeah. So.
Now what do you pull out here? Is this where they pull out their X guy?
No, I don't think so. I still stand by Doom is just like a ridiculous hero right now. I feel like it should be picked in almost all situations, but Naga definitely adept at dealing with it. You can sleep the fire, net through the BKB. It's really just an incredible hero, but we'll see if Newbee utilize it in a different manner than they did, for the last 4 months. No,
what?
No, they've been doing well.
No, they have been doing well.
Here it is, a
Disruptor.
That's interesting. Paired with Clock. This is an interesting opener.
Clock just feels really strong right now. Like watching VGJ Storm just first 2 this hero constantly. They had a lot of success. Seems other teams are kind of trying to pick it up. What is it about Clock that's been Kyle?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. I think it's a pretty strong laner. I've seen a lot of like excellent cog usage. It's pretty significant mana and damage, or mana burn and damage. The BKB piercing disable. It gives you a lot of reach, which I think is super value in this meta. A vision tool. I'm really good at controlling bounty runes, like we saw in that last game we just observed LGD versus Secret.
This Jakiro pick.
It also kind of crushes these 2 heroes.
I don't know why you would pick Jakiro into a Clock.
Yeah, same.
You can't cast a single spell if you get...
Yeah, you literally can't. You cannot cast a spell.
Yeah, it's really depressing.
No, it's Newbee. They're going to pick Naga Jakiro or Naga Disruptor.
Maybe this will be another one of those mid Jakiros, That paid off.
I hope we never see that again.
Hey man, you've picked Jakiro for your teams before.
Yeah, but you don't... the itemization just wasn't... like you can't... Jakiro is meant to... It's not your traditional... like. Hood, and you're indestructible. Like Tread's Hood Force and get some mana pot, and you're going to be fine on mana the entire game.
Is it surprising that we don't see any of those cores picked up first 2? I feel like it was like Gyro and Lycan, like always getting picked up in the first 8. We'll see Lycan banned now, but the focus was on the supports.
I think you could have picked Lycan if you were Newbee in that second selection, but probably just not their style. I don't see them play it very often, if at all. And I think the Clock Disruptor is just super valuable. I feel like it's reach. And reach just seems to be the name of the game right now. If you can play faster around the map and have an easier time finding opportunities and openings to get kills, like the game sort of plays itself for you because you're naturally going to have more chances to find anything. Like every game just seems even when it gets to 20-25 minutes, and then one team just has this ability to, oh, you're caught, now we can set it for a Roche or force a buyback.
It does seem to be the big flaw in a lot of the recent lineups with these, these DPs or these gyros or these Lunas, these people that just kind of want to run. The biggest thing you're lacking is catch, and to have this clock fill that gap, it's a guaranteed kill for the most part. Especially, on these supports, he can just run at them the whole game, so it's gonna feel good on the side of LGD.
Neither one really does much at all. I like having a counter for TPs outside the range of Song as well. You can both get the Naga or a hero near her that is teleporting out, which can be really valuable.
Brew Slark bans are kind of interesting to me. Do you think they're banning that Brew in preparation for their next pick, or do you think it's just something they're scared of?
I think it's really good in this sort of game, and you can't pick Brew into Clock, so it's just something they want to get rid of. They can't. I don't know if they want to pick Slark either. It could be that they're planning on going for some gyrocopter pick, even though there is a Clock on the other team. Something I'd say LGD is probably looking at.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of the kind of popular cores available.
5 seconds remaining.
Kind of goes on.
I like gyro here. I think that's what they end up doing. Just simple, safe.
Newbie has run these heroes like Dusa or Ember or Luna in the past week or so, which would be interesting.
I mean, it's just these heroes, both openers and the cores, I'm sure they're discussing. Like, I'm not going to say they're solved, but these teams have been using their openers and the opponent's openers in many games. I'm sure both of these teams have. I'm sure that if available, they'll pick Gyrocopter because that just constantly has success on. Oh no!
Unless they get it taken from them. Turn of events here for Newbie. What's their answer?
I was wondering what they discussed for like that minute before they're like, you know what, guys, hold up, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Go back to square zero.
Yeah,
the notes we prepped before this match started, but we already made this decision. Let's stick with our guns.
Would you ever have that where you like have planned out a draft call and you get to it and you're like, do you actually want to stick to a plan? Or just, like in the moment, in the draft, you were like second guess?
I do. Sometimes you like maybe it's warrants discussion if it's a bit of an outlier. This is more of just LGD picks Gyro, it's like the hero that they play. So
and it's so strong right now that it's fast, it's got catch, it's independent. Once you get to a certain level, there's a lifestealer.
I was gonna call lifestealer.
Newbee's turn to pick.
Just find answers. Like it's the same pattern, right? Gyro, okay. Lifestealer. What do we like to answer you? What answers Lifestealer? The Razor. Now, what are you gonna do if you're Newbie? You've got options. You could see a Venomancer, perhaps.
LGD's turn to back.
Venom. There it is.
Yeah. These teams are very, very predictable, but they do it in a way that you can't really game plan effectively, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, they're gonna raise your Lifestealer, but you have Venom prepared. Like, it's just good matching. It's literally just like watching the stack one on top of each other.
So you're preferring Newbee's draft?
For now.
They've had all the counter picks for so far.
LGD does have last pick this draft, so they've got that spare slot there to think about how they want to counter Newbie. I will say I'm expecting to see a lot of lane swapping here as usual with these teams where Razor versus Lifestealer. Want to put this Venom with the Razor. Be moving all around. First team to TP is the ones with the disadvantage.
Yep. I think Clock is a Venom counter in disguise, even though the hero can buy a natural force. And the weakness I find in Clockwork, especially if he's ever used as a core, is that his damage output is very static. Doesn't really change much throughout the game, and you're completely countered by a force staff and team fight items. I think the KP Veno, if that is who they choose to put it on, Sccc plays it as well. Always going for these intelligent items, you know, a pipe, a force, maybe a Greaves, and you're just this walking wall of wards, and you don't die and keep everyone on your team alive as well.
You mentioned the clock damage kind of stack. Feels like Clock, Gyro, Razor, three heroes that all don't have a whole lot of burst damage.
Yep.
There's the Abaddon band inside of Newbee.
They're not gonna bat, are they? I hope not.
Newbee.
Can't tell. What would they
Wait,
ban
yes,
Abaddon
CCC
for? Is
hero.
that just a hero they're afraid of?
Es posible.
Just want
10 seconds
to
remaining.
maybe like a Viper or something.
We
Yeah.
need this mid hero.
It
Five
depends on what they
seconds
want.
remaining.
A triple Veno game, and then you pick some offlaner.
Play DK.
There's a Lesh in the pool, but I don't like that too much. Ember Spirit wouldn't be bad. Yeah, that could be. I don't mind that, even though it's obviously a bit rough against Razor. He can't link you and Lifestealer, and I think that's what you want. Like, you already have these two pretty tanky cores. If you could have one more that's got a stun and the ability to pressure take objectives,
Yep.
it looks good.
That's right. DK, Lifesteal, Event, all tanky against a Razor, Gyro, Clock. Like, who's gonna die? Like,
LGD's turn to pick.
worst case scenario, one hero goes.
Oh, the
but-
PL. Interesting.
Okay.
They picking that mid?
Probably
Looks like they kind of have to.
When they played
Unless they throw
OG,
him Veno.
they matched these two cores as well. They had the Veno. They picked PL and then last picked Veno. This game they go the reverse, but
10 seconds remaining.
Dragon Knight.
Choose your hero.
Scores.
That's what I was talking about when I brought him up earlier.
yeah,
I
exactly.
was talking about
Yeah, you're
LGD.
still right.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's a tight game. I think both teams have answers to one another. It's one of those very typical Chinese drafts. They're both strong. They both cover a lot of their own weaknesses, and you know, there's no real true winner. I don't think.
Feels like a bigger emphasis on counterpicking
Mhm.
than like some of the other Western teams. Like, let's just draft the heroes we want for our lineup. Whereas here, it's like every single pick was a counter pick.
Yeah, there's like 10 core heroes in the meta, and then they pick one, they respond with one of the two that counter it, and you just rinse, repeat all throughout the draft.
I mean, I think they're just so comfortable with this. They've done it so much in this current meta. Everybody seems to be opening up these two supports now. This one that you might think, okay, you know, it might go mid, it might go offlane if they get this like amazing game for it, but it's very rare. They just respond to these carry picks or core picks throughout the rest of the draft. It's very, you know, smooth.
I'm concerned LG doesn't really have too much to deal with PL if he gets ahead, but it's a PL and a life stealer, right? It's just a bit. You don't see this very often.
Is there enough for him to kind of go around it?
Yeah, especially because I think the Veno is more of the key hero in this kind of game. I'm not sure what sort of lane he'll have, especially when he's up against a what's it called, a Clockwork that can just constantly find his way behind him and kill him.
I feel like we've seen today, like Mineski picking Gyro 2.0. The PL has actually worked out great against Gyro as a counter, but if this Gyro is being like #1 farm priority and PL's struggling to get farm, then Gyro will be able to deal with the PL.
Yeah. I'd say Gabe go either way. What are you guys feeling?
I'm just feeling this Clockworks item build at the moment. That's what I'm feeling. I left the
You know-
triple mango, double tango. But as for the draft,
You know,
I'm a fan of LGDs.
I'm going to go back to my original point, which was the reach of the supports on LGD. I look at Newbee, and yeah, they've got a lot of team fight, but how do they actually find kills around the map? They need to be ahead and sort of create this moving box surrounded by wards, scouting with illusions, etc., and baiting LG to come fight them inside of it. And I just don't think that LGD is going to do that. They're too talented of a team.
Go in snare with
Got
a...
cogged out on kaka.
Yeah, and Fire will block them off, and they'll farm some though. Jakira got 2 last hits there. He's happy. That sounds like Newbee though. Like, yes, they don't have catch, but that just sounds like a classic Newbee draft. We saw it in their previous series when they had their like Omni Knight draft, and it's like, well, they have no catch, but they have an Omni OD, and they just kind of out team fight you with a Death Prophet.
Yep. Newbee's trying to act as like sort of net. They want to build a box and bait LGD to come step inside of it. Like, what's it called? Trapdoor Spider? LGD, they're going to try and utilize their massive mobility and catch advantage, and they'll control more runes, get map presence, and a little limited on the tower pressure. It's really just this DK, but as you said earlier, like, it's just the gyro. If he gets super ahead, I mean, he can kind of just take over games, but we'll see. The Veno is the X factor. I think that hero is super underutilized right now and very strong.
This lane though, they got snared with Gale level 1. That
that's
sound
not
like
good.
yeah, that is not good. Those are two spells you probably don't want. You want the Poison Sting and the Riptide.
Yeah, the two spells that do no damage, and Clock would be running around like he's 1 armor. You Riptide and do Poison Sting, he actually has to just back away.
They were really going all in on that first blood with that pick up and ensnare, and instead, you know, they're going to get harassed. FY knows this. He can kind of go at them, and KP does not want to just shoot, but he doesn't have a mana pool anymore. But
Oh, hey, look what it is, Josh. It's a life stealer in the bottom lane.
Oh wow, you say he's rotating for the favorable matchup. Is that what's happening? Interesting.
and he did not TP.
Prepare the teleports. Yeah, he did not TP.
Yeah, the Venom will.
They were walking around their the dire side jungle for a little bit here, just waiting for the lanes to show up. It's this Razor, this Roshan top.
Ame moved forward and blocked the Gale from the trees, and as a result, they were not going to kill her. That was loved by Newbee.
Interesting. In the meantime, top lane is just a Faith Chikiro hanging out against Disruptor Razor.
He watched mid-wall and he's like, I can do that better than him. How much Chikiro play?
He's just surviving. There's all too much of a threat here unless he tanks a lot of harass.
If he is gonna walk.
Is he gonna walk all the way top?
He's...
Man, you're right. I mean, I didn't expect it to be this drastic, Josh, but you were right. This is Dota 2 nowadays.
This is what's been happening with these teams.
This is a marathon.
Yeah, manifest destiny. Look at that answer. Westward expansion.
going west.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh. First blood bottom lane. FY is taking a kaka as he is gonna get things started here. The Venomancer leaving this lane and
Exciting happen.
Hey, Venom made it. He has made it to the lane. And the Disruptor's in a lot of trouble, actually. He has TP, though, and there's just a net on FY, so I'm not quite sure that this will be able to land a kill. It's just Gale, too, actually. They still don't do any damage on this Venomancer. Everyone's solo level. LGD already out to a 1,000 gold advantage. Like, I don't think they're killing this guy. Like, he's not gonna die. He's gonna be a drain in a second from... No, never mind. No, cooldown 10 seconds, but KP's in a lot of trouble. He's forced to salve. They're still level 1.
this Veno is half a level on himself.
Yeah,
He
seriously.
is so far behind. That walk across the map is...
Yeah, do you feel like Newbee like outthought themselves? Like, this is super... This is just weird. They're getting crushed in the laning phase already.
Their lanes, like, I think the Venom bottom was okay to begin with, was it not? I guess they didn't want the Razor versus the Lifestealer.
But I feel like that they hurt themselves more by just walking west. Like, we've invented airplanes, you know? You don't need to take the wagon. Like, just TP.
But I'm a big horse fan.
I mean, it'll be okay now because you're going to get XP under tower, but I just feel like they've already lost both their side lanes pretty hard. And so hopefully the matchups are worth it for them.
Bottom, we've got Cogs coming out onto Faith. He's in a lot of trouble here, and that's a nice kill for Ame. Moogy is in a little bit of trouble, but the battery assault's going to run out. He's just going to sit and slay and be fine.
And it's Clockwork against Chikiro support. It's one of the most miserable matchups because, like, he doesn't have boots. Clock does. All he has to do is get on top of him with the Cogs, and it's a guaranteed kill. You can't even cast a Q.
Well, these lanes look terrible for Newbee right now.
This DK is having the time of his life. I mean, it's kind of close, but he's got these 5 denies, 23 last hits. He's enjoying this lane.
Yep. One of the better matchups against PL, I think. You don't ever actually get harassed. You can mess with his last hits, and one of the just best matchups, I would say.
PL does have a level advantage by a very small amount.
Yeah, his creep's coming in. He'll be fine.
Say that, he's gonna get... He's denied.
They're even. It's like completely even, guys.
No, Kyle, he's lost the lane. You're gonna fit our narrative here, man. If you're not gonna fit our narrative, get off.
GG.
Hey, at least Zeno's level 2 up top. There you go.
Maybe he'll come through.
He's in the game.
Save that for now. Razor. Oh, 4, and with anytime this wave switched out, it feels like KP is a dangerous spot.
Other concern I have is the LGD BKB timings. There's really nothing to deal with them on Newbee. You can't actually deal damage to BKB.
Kill on Faith bottom, and Moogy's looking like he's in a bit of trouble here. There are Cogs up. Ame out of range. He's got these last few attacks. And that
Creep is blocking it. Moogy might just die here.
Oh,
he black it off, he needs vision.
There it is.
Yep.
Well played, Ame.
Ame, make it plays.
This guy is definitely showing a new look since a few months ago.
Yeah, for real.
No longer just the I sit, I get creeped.
I definitely want a more talented player.
This is not good for LGD. It looks like they're going to get 2 kills on the side of Newbee right here. quick turnaround that Jakira TP, I believe. TP to Shrine, ran right over.
Second one? Oh, so close.
Yeah, he didn't have it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a little overeager. Like, you know Jakiro just died. He's probably looking at TP. There's no way he wants to go back and land it as a clock in it, so.
I mean, it's going to pop his ultimate. He may just start chipping at this tower. Has the siege creep too, but even just zoning and getting a bigger CS advantage against PL could be good here.
Yeah, just better. You see a lot of DK players do this. They hit 6 and immediately pop their ultimate. Like, there's no reason to not use it. It's 60% uptime, so
Yeah.
just pop it, push lane, deal some damage to the tower, just kind of just apply some pressure. No reason not to.
Yep. And it makes it harder for PL to come forward and contest last hits. He's suddenly got like 3 denies in a row while range for him. Nice little free fire dodge there.
He's got raindrops on him too, so he's pretty comfortable.
That's why. Ooh. Misses the Hogs pull onto Fate. They may still get this kill though. Yeah, he's completely trapped here by the Disruptor. FY is just being the playmaker for this LGD team here in the lane stage. But here comes Kaka, gets glimpsed back as he rotates on the Riptide. Poison damage though, gonna get these heroes low. xNova may just tick down here. Can get denied here if he needs to.
Yeah, he's gonna die at this point.
They're definitely
He's fine.
lose the Razor?
No.
Poison damage?
Was that a raindrop?
Chalice is dead to this, I believe.
He's at regen.
He's got a lot of regen,
Yeah.
never mind, wow.
Magic
Both
wand.
of them escaped with nearly nothing.
Those are big survives there.
That's where you wish Veno had another level or two.
Yeah, indeed. I think one more. If he's level 5, those are kills just thanks to the poison sting +1.
Guaranteed.
Meantime, bottom lane, you have a Ame Gyro just bullying a Moogy lifestealer. Look at Moogy's items. He's just feeling super bad right now.
Really
He's
sad.
gonna run right to the jungle.
Same amount of last hits, but he is just not nearly as well off in this lane as this Gyro.
I have a feeling this might be a quick one if the game continues at this pace, because KP is currently 500 gold behind the clockwork, and he looks like a support Veno at this point. Like I said, I think he's the X factor. If he can't apply pressure on the map, I feel like LGD, they get this one core item, like, you know, that build up per core into maybe like a Shadowblade DK or something, and then everyone buys BKB. And they all buy BKB and they can run down lanes. And
Feels like there's one hero having a good game and it's the PL.
Looks like there's something about to go on the
oh
top.
my gosh, bottom lane, the Ame dive into the lifestealer. Is he just dead?
He doesn't have range.
Well, top, meanwhile, we've got a big fight going on. That's Chalice going down.
That was the PL rotation, but
Yeah.
boys here looking to turn this one around, and if they can get a level 1 boost. But they're going to pressure this
Another
tower.
ulti popped on maybe. He's just going to smack these creeps and go straight to that tower. Get a bit of chip damage on it.
Oh, they're going to go in. They're just going to dive this one. FY does not have battery installed though. Perhaps need to think that one through, but
Zeno was TPing in. He's still level 5 though.
well, I may have to
Nice
think Veno's
slams.
escape. Yep. Veno goes back to the bottom lane.
Wow, Ame, that is incredible play from him. And he gets the flak. He's actually going to land that kill. It's unbelievable. He walks to the TP. I'm sure he's calling for the Disruptor to glimpse. Camps that location and lands the kill on Veno. That is really, really good play. That you're not going to see American carries do that sort of thing. Especially not American captain carries.
Don't believe the likes of Yawar and Arteezy would do that.
Maybe, we'll see. They haven't gotten as many opportunities to prove themselves. Although I will say I am very much looking forward to VGJ VG Gaming coming up right after this series.
See if any Dota can keep doing it, but before that, China will battle it out. There's
Big
Fate.
TP's in it directly onto a clockwork.
I feel
Sad days for him. Somnus is going to finish it.
They don't get punished for this though. Somnus has a lot of health and survivability, and they're not even going to go for that.
Yeah, I like how they just ignore the DK. This is a guy, we can't kill that
FY may
guy.
actually survive though. He's got a TP out there, holding on to the ensnare though, and
It's a good try. If he gets the push away on Kaka, he's going to be able to TP for free, but he's so slow. Kaka is obviously a good player, and he's just going to stick in melee range, no problem. I like what PSG did. They put the Razor against Lifestealer. Even though the Gyro is like top net worth, there's no reason to leave him in the unfavorable matchup where at some point with a +1, you will die to an open wounds. He just goes top now, and how does anyone else play against him? Like, if you get rocketed by Ame, you're just going to die. He's got a drums finished phase boost. Yeah, he's huge.
He finished up, you know, pieces of this last wave. He's got another one coming in, and I'm sure he's just going to keep walking straight at this tier 1 and force Newbee to do something. They have to respond to it in some capacity, and I don't know if they're going to be ready.
That's like the same thing we saw in that TNC LGD series where when you pick 5 heroes and none of them have any reach, you're in a position where you can't actually make things happen. And the long fights that LGD wants, a drain, clock initiation, multiple glimpses, like, you know, surviving through all the damage they output, like, Newbee's never gonna earn a team fight. And LGD, I feel like, has proven over the last 2 days, they're very good at not overextending and just giving away their advantage. You need to earn it, and Newbee have no heroes that can actually do that in this game.
LGD is also going to be hitting 6 on both their supports pretty soon. That's where that reach that you're talking about is going to get pretty damn scary.
And there's 2 auto kills right now for Clockwork.
Clockwork already has the Tome of Knowledge queued up in his stash. He's ready to buy it as soon as this 10-minute mark rolls around.
How different do you guys feel this game would look if Newbee had the lanes they wanted from the start and didn't have to, you know, do the little musical chairs?
I mean,
have a full westward expansion.
Yeah, that wasn't musical.
Let's say there was LGD who had to swap the lanes. Would this look really different then?
I mean, I'm just surprised we didn't see TPs used for the rotations until people were going to make plays for kills. I thought that, you know, if you see Newbee walking all the way across the map, like, I don't think a Veno is going to be able to, with a level 1 Gale, is going to be able to TP in and land a kill, you know?
Yeah.
That TP is, while valuable, I think it would have been better off for him to just use it right off the bat, save himself some time, get a few more levels.
To your point, I think the moment they skill Gale net, they actually just throw the laning phase. That's just crazy about the game of Dota, right? Where if they get that first blood, maybe it's worth it. I would argue it's still questionable, but it's a great example of EV, where if you land that kill, maybe it's worth, right? Let's say it's worth, but you're only getting that kill like 10-20% of the time. Whereas if you just level WE and that clock, you're gonna do about the same amount of damage every single time, and then you're much stronger in the laning phase as well. And it's a smarter move over time. And as soon as you don't have those abilities, once a gyro clock can bully you in the lane because you have no actual method of dealing damage with your spells, then they leave. It's just sad days. I've made those sorts of calls before, and then you get to 3 minutes and you're like, shit, we messed up.
Yeah, they're going to go back to the replay and be like, the mistake started at minute 0.
Yeah. I'm sure Josh remembers some of those replay reviews. We're like, oh, well, I mean, we tried. We can talk about the draft and items, but, you know, we kind of just threw the game here.
It's true. You sit back, you look at it, and you're like, you know, I wish I could pull something better out of what just happened, aside from the fact that we just made a wrong decision, or we just threw. But that seems to be what the case was. I don't know what this... Do you know what this means? Feng Ye? Feng Ji? Feng...
Maybe asking what's up. It was Newbee who paused, so... PSG, LGD are a bit confused.
We have both, you know, Gyro has his drums completed, sitting in his stash, still not on him. DK also has drums completed, aside from the 175 gold left to get the recipe. They're just going to sit in lanes.
Yep.
They just want these stats, they want this regen, and they're just going to exist.
Yep. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you were on this when I talked about, like, the Earnhardt Perkins play calling the Patriots utilize. LG is a prime example of some system like this where no matter what happens, Ame and Maybe are the 2 cores on top of the net worth. Chalice is playing Razor. He had a decent laning phase, but his job, he's gonna go phase to BKB, and he's gonna play as the anti-carry for the entire game and trust that his 2 cores are gonna be able to carry him through. And it's every game. It's the same stuff. And as you said, FY, very greedy 4-player. xNova, no matter what he's playing, he's going to be the hard 5, even if FY is on, say, a Disruptor. Like, if they were to switch heroes, FY is still the 4, and xNova's warding has just been on point. I think that his addition just really revolutionized this team and their potential. Obviously, they've won Major.
Nope. That's crazy, because he was, like, not a guy on anyone's radar when he got picked up. It's just like, well, he played on the team that Afu was on. That guy was freaking good, but who's this xNova kid? And suddenly, you know, he's winning Majors. So.
Was that... They won Epicenter, too.
LGD, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking they won DAC, but that was Minesky.
No, that's the only Major.
They've actually probably been the most consistent team on this, like, recent swing of events.
Over the last 3 months, they've, I think, established themselves as the best team in China for sure.
Yeah.
But before that, it was like, you know, 1 month it's Newbee, 1 month it's Vici. Vici were getting like... Everyone getting pretty hyped. Jack was saying this is like the hometown for a lot of famous Chinese Dota players.
Really?
Like, cool. So this little province is where like Zhao Wade and Sancheng and a few other really famous guys came from. So they're all out there to kind of support local Dota.
That's cool.
It's always fun. It's always a good feeling as these players to go up on stage and have this full crowd. All these, you know, I'm sure those, well, I forget what those are called. They're not the most pleasant of sound.
F5 всегда там, где нужно. И
Job.
And you did it wrong. Wow. Look at him, Australian man in his native land. I don't know if that wrong. He's Team Newbie. You know, it worked. It was funny. I did not realize. I remember when I met KP at first. I had just always assumed.
And
Yep.
that was really fun. The Chinese are crazy.
Yeah, because when that got posted, that was actually, I think people realized that's kind of a rare moment where, like, you know, Western players are fraternizing with.
Yeah, you don't get to mix very often, but there were like 20 of them because there was literally one bar on this mountain, like one, and it had a bunch of cool stuff to do. They had like beer pong tables, giant Jenga.
Which, oddly enough, you had to pay for the beer pong tables. We had people like lining up ready to play. First off, you don't even
With
play
a max
until all
number
the
of
cups.
turns.
You don't even play until all the cups are gone. It's like 10 turns max.
It's a time limit.
It's like score. It's got sensors on it. So if you hit a cup, it light turns off. Somebody comes over and takes it, and blah blah blah. So you just have all these people lining up because it's full, and then they ask for payment at the end. I was surprised. It was interesting, but it was still fun.
Blasphemy.
So fun to interact. Back to the game. This gyro is sitting at 5,200 net worth. It just dropped a little bit.
He's got a
That's
maelstrom queued
scary.
up too, so he's gonna keep on farming incredibly
gonna go
fast.
Yeah,
That
I love that Mjolnir item in this game. There's so many dots to proc it on, and it just seems to be like this new. Like it seems a hell of a lot stronger than I might have given it credit for. Just watching that previous game where the double Mjolnirs coming out from like the Viper
KP.
yesterday.
Oh, he missed the hook shot, but should still be going down here, but he's kind of tucked himself really deep in these streets, pushed back into the DK. And
Well done. This is a free
no
win.
TP. You see those 4 heroes, you didn't want a TP.
We do have Newbee pushing in top lane here. They've got a catapult wave, so they're going to put a bit of pressure on this tower.
Yeah, Chalice is already on his way top to deal with it. This is again one of the other issues with Newbee's draft, right? They don't actually have a method of securing towers. It's just raw right-click damage. There's no. Don't have the ability to make
Where
pressure.
You have to kill the enemies first before you can take these objectives.
Chalice will play not just the anti-carry, but the anti-objective role.
Yep, this is his
TP's to
job.
defend.
Yeah, he shoved out bottom, TP'd base, ran top immediately. In the meantime, his team's just staying middle. They'll probably lose FY here. Yep, they're gonna land the net.
No TP, so.
Faith has
Oh no, Faith.
If I was like, I'm gonna go down, I'll take you with me.
Yeah. How many times have we seen that though? They just don't actually care about that kill. In the meantime, top lane, Almay just TPs in. He's like, all right, thanks Chalice for securing this lane. It's mine now. We're gonna push it over here. Bottom, we got Lifestealer pressuring, but xNova's returning. He's gonna have ultimate soon. Maybe he tries to set up a kill.
Also with these range creeps. Gonna get him close at least. One more range creep. This range creep's going down. Deny it. Deny it. One more creep.
Wow. That's 6 up on Disruptor. Chalice is here.
Oh, hook shot. Okay. He's down.
Another benefit of Hawk, a BKB piercing disable. Not even a disable, really more of a mini stun, but still, it just. That is the only thing that can prevent Rage TP in this game, and if you can do that successfully, not only is it a kill, but it's essentially a necro ult, because now the TP's down, and that's going to be another 20-30 seconds where you're going to have to run out to base, and it just makes that death even more impactful, considering especially how far Moogy is behind, although he did spend his gold before he died.
Why they're again getting perhaps caught out and isolated, but should survive through this one. Another lance coming through, maybe not, but there is going to be a stun on the Phantom Lance, so they want to bring down Sccc, but Sleep will deter any further chases as Sccc will doppelganger away. Sleep into Ice Path. They're gonna get some good combos over this.
Can't kill
The
anyone.
cooldown. It's LGD with all the damage here.
So how is that ever going to work?
DK is just positioning right in their face. We have the rest of LGD on either side of these hills, just waiting. As soon as Song is out, Newbie just doesn't have the damage to take down this DK.
They feel like they have vision, they can take a fight. Yeah.
It's level 1 Ice Path, level 2 Ice Path. No damage behind. There's no
poison,
macro
no
fire. Yeah.
One point in
already used
Gale.
on FY, and he survived it.
Yeah. It's not even the gold. Like the gold, I mean, it's only like 3,000 experience they're behind, but nearly 7,000 gold 13 minutes into the game, and I stand by. I just don't. Ame is free to not even rush this BKB. He can go for a Maelstrom because he's in no danger. He's just consistently farming. And again, how does Newbie actually make plays? How do they hunt? Their best play is to make a smoke and find 3 heroes at a tower set up for a massive engagement. But I don't see LG giving them that.
We have Sccc still going for this defusal, as you know, it's an enormous power spike on this PL. But I'm looking at the LGD draft, their items right now, and I think the only person he could kill efficiently and still get out is probably this disruptor. And that's given that he doesn't get glimpsed away. I think the clock will be fine. I don't think it'll be too enough to swing.
Arcanum clock down bot. He's probably gonna look to hook on the Veno, be your ideal target.
Gyrocopter's found bait. He's gonna get the solo kill with the call down. The missile coming through should finish him off. Back down bottom.
KP, he's got disruptor ulted. He's down.
And Moogy, he can range kpii out if he needs to. Hook Moogy, so he's actually safe. Hey, 2 kills and DK was alone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is what we saw VP do so well, what Liquid does so well, and now LGD, I'd say, doing it the best out of all 3 teams. They're never over-rotating. They're taking smart and intelligent engagements, even if they don't, like, they'll ditch FY, right? But they'll apply the maximum amount of pressure. They'll lose 1 hero and take 2. And in the meantime, because they have this other core farming the split side of the map, they're always coming out really, really far ahead. It's very low risk as well. When you commit 5, you need that team fight to succeed. Otherwise, you're just sort of hurting yourselves. In this game, it allows you to stay ahead, specifically in XP on all of the
Kaka in
cores.
some trouble. Ame is right on top of him. Looks like he is going to fall. Flat. Yep, there it is.
Well, down will finish Kaka off with a shrine. He's going to heal him off, so he's not dead just yet. FY should be able to bring him down back in the backlines. Ame actually does end up going down there.
And I guess this is how we get Sccc back into the game. He's going to get a pick up on FY as well.
Double kill for him.
And all of a sudden, he is 1,500 gold richer.
Yep, but in the meantime, you look bottom. Just continuous tower pressure from Chalice, Thomas, 9k advantage. Like even though they get those kills, how much gold is that really? 1,200, not bad, but somehow it doesn't feel like it matters.
That one definitely an overextension. I think, like FY dying is like very tactful. Like they don't care about that. Those kills do matter. It's not going to turn the game, but it happens a few times. That's when you got to say, "Oh, you can't have Ame dying over and over again to a PL level hero."
This is a great smoke. I really like this smoke because you have 2 heroes spawning, you have 3 heroes bottom side. Now you can just cut the map, have Gyro and Clock just push both lanes, and you can just immediately run into enemy jungle. You know that you forced responses bottom. There's still 2 heroes showing in that lane, and you might just find a free kill on the PL, which is obviously their key target. So you're going to have vision of him in a second.
Disruptor ulti, they'll silence him. There is no escape for Sccc. Quick and easy kill.
Really well played. Like that, it's clinical, right? Like they show, they get all this information bottom, so now they'll probably lose that tier 1 as it is with Naga already set up, but they're gonna get a tier 2 top. In the meantime, Ame just killed 2 creep waves middle. Like he's gonna stack ancients, kill another one. Like continuing to accelerate with a little downtime.
He is not going to complete this Mjolnir right away. He's going back to the BKB, which again, this is, as you said many times, when you have this lead that you want to secure, you're going to take this time. You're going to, you know, use this gold now to get this BKB. It'll allow you to accelerate, keep fighting, and by the time you get your next item, you're ahead. And just with the BKB in your inventory, feels really good.
Nice setup for Roach after this tier 2 top. Don't think that's ever really going to be realistic to break base. It's significantly more item progression though. They need both BKBs for sure, and probably a next item after that in every core.
Doesn't look like LGD will get this top tier 2, but at the end of the war.
If we look at the itemization, like Razor's about to finish his BKB. In fact, he just did. The Gyro is going to be 2,000 away. The DK is just the Mithril away. 1,000 gold. Like they're just going to hit a BKB timing, and then I look at Newbee's draft and think, okay, who's going to do physical damage? Even the defusal isn't going to do anything through a BKB.
There's a hook on to Kaka, top lane.
Yep, that's Naga. That's the clock versus Naga.
Easy back on him. There's a light
thing out of the console. It's
here. Well, Kaka's going to survive.
I was just kidding, guys. That's obvious bait from FY.
I was about to comment on the fact that, you know, he has this hood and this urn now. Clock is feeling pretty beefy. You know, he can make some aggressive plays, but maybe not that aggressive.
I mean, he's still going to be farming, but small misplays by FY. Benno does have this Force Staff, but this is a... You know, this Force Staff rush doesn't feel good when it costs 100 mana to use now, and you've already got mana problems as Benno to get your ulti out.
This Gyro hero, man. It's just so good. And the only way that it's the problem with Lifestealer is when it's a hero this far behind, I just don't actually know how effective it is because he can't actually threaten the Razor pre-link. So if he gets linked, he just has to run, or he's gonna be a liability on his team. It's just the PL. All your hopes lie with Sccc. He's finished the Yasha to go with his defusal. If he can get a heart up, and this advantage of LGD is like between 5,000-8,000 gold, I think that they're in a pretty good spot to take a fight, but...
We have DK with BKB flying out on Courier. They have a smoke. It looks like they're all grouping up here.
Of course they have a smoke. It's LGD.
Oh, Gyrox goes Lincoln's over BKB.
Huh.
He's going to dodge the smoke. It looks like he's just going to go top and put that in while the rest of his team runs middle and tries to get a pick from Moogy. There's the blink stun.
Yep.
Front throw ulti out. There's a drain, and that is a dead life stealer.
I like how he uses his BKB too, just in case. They're going to flank the rest of the team.
It was Newbee who was smoked as well. Kaka's baiting. He's going to force stop on Venom behind him.
See, and this is just super good discipline where they don't take this engagement here, because why? Make them run to their side of the map, fight them in 15 seconds, let Ame push top.
That's a glimpse back on Kaka.
Yeah. Oh, nice hook shot. It's going to stop the ice path from coming out. That's why that goes for the TP. It's cancelled by the ice path. There's Faith is still dying to the battery itself third.
Song, nothing.
Yeah. FY on the clock freaking very low here, but it looks like LGD are going to take this back with the BKB gun razor. They're going to charging for Ame. Once Sccc, he does not have a doppelganger. He goes down. 3 dead on the dire side.
We have maybe on the right side of this fight. He just blinks in, kills the clock. He's chasing Kaka.
Nice glimpse.
It looks like it's going to be a free kill. KP goes down as well, and that is 4 for 1.
5 for 1, life's 5 to start.
Oh wow, yeah, 5 for 1.
And honestly, it's FY, and they're going to collect the bounties, like...
Just even more
perfect.
kills.
It's so disciplined. It's so good. Like I can't say how hard it is to get a team to recognize fight windows like that. Everything done flawlessly. They buy time. Ame has then the space to connect. He's there. The song is burned just because they want to get a free kill on a clock, but he's done his job. He has Hood earn Tranquils. His entire purpose is to cast his spells and die.
And he's also currently finishing up this pipe here. This Feno is going to be null and void any second.
It's just perfect, really. And they take that fight at the right timing in this big open space where the flak has tons of vision and room to work with. Like, you're going to hit a big ultimate, chase down the PL, DK finishes off the Jakiro. Like, everyone's just dealing with a different threat, but it's more that they collapse, pincer, and just utterly rout Newbee in a really good display. I would probably make a video on that team, because that seems simple, but
LGD is in the roach pit now, maybe with DK ulti up. He's probably just going to finish off this roast and save that for their push, wherever it is they decide to go. I'm guessing it's probably top lane, as they have FY planted here. You can just rotate right up, take that into.
Well, FY almost found the Naga on top earlier, but didn't end up doing that. But he set up enough space to get this rotation for free. No Naga. Illusion's even scouting it. xNova. Well, he sees the illusions coming in, but it's way too late to do anything about it.
love Chalice's items. BKB into Force Staff. Just perfect. And no one else can buy a Force, so let the 3 do it. It's really good whenever you're playing against PL, Naga, like, if you can just juke the life, the Jakiro Ice Path, like, force away from the life stealer, just a little bit of peel. It's always nice when you're playing against 2 melee carries.
Yep.
Looks like they're pinging out the top tier 2. It's sitting at 300 health. I don't even need to use DK for this. They can just allow their clock or their gyro to run up there and take that down really quick.
Why Lincoln's? Is this good Lincoln scanning?
I don't know if I don't mind it because of what you're playing against, like net, life stealer. Like there's very little to cancel it. There's lance, net, and open wounds, and all of those are rather good to block. But it also allows him to stay on map at all times. Like you never actually have to go to base once you have a Lincoln's.
Just for the regen.
Yeah, and you can spam your Q to farm, so you accelerate. Especially with a Maelstrom, you farm so fast. And it's more that you're not pressured to buy a BKB or to do anything special, so why not?
Oh, going down.
Big fight. They didn't get him in the Thunderdome. Killed in the Static Storm, and all of a sudden LGD looking very, very good here.
He's hiding in the trees.
You know, there's just got to be something to the Maelstrom item as well, because DK just picked one up too.
It's the item that got some of the biggest buffs on the recent patches, and with the build-up and the extra damage and the evasion piercing abilities, it seems like the item right now.
Yeah, 170 on the proc damage too. I mean, it makes sense. We're gonna see this item a lot more now that LGD is demonstrating. Hey guys, this is like the new. Every patch, it feels like someone discovers this new build, like new item that just every carry starts to buy. I remember there was like this Mask of Madness craze before that got nerfed. Then it was Battle Fury.
It was the Helmet Dom craze on offlaners when every single person used to have like 4 HOD creeps running around the map and you'd take each other's.
Yeah, now I think this Maelstrom is going to be the answer. I used to be like Sanjin Yasha. Thank God that's dying out. I can't do that anymore.
I mean, the thing is this gyro here, I remember when this Ags was changed, and it got, you know, gave you the extra attack every second, and people were doing the math to go, okay, what's the highest damage output? Is it going this, like, I don't even know, this fly, or this butterfly, or this mask, or whatever item you might get on gyro, or is it this Ags build? Now that this Maelstrom and Mjolnir both got buffed in their damage, and the True Strike on proc, it seems like a very clear decision.
The True Strike on proc, I think, is what really brings it over the edge. Because it's already just better than the sum of its components with really easy build-up. Just it gives you the mithril damage, and then instead of the Javelin proc, you get the Lightning proc. So it gives you more for what you buy it for, and then the True Strike is just a bonus. And since there's
the smoke Newbee out on Abe is going down.
Can they turn it? They're going to second line. Yeah.
Kaka's bad. Holy
Good
crap.
shot from far. Sccc trying to TP out. Will he make it? Just barely. He gets out. Naga's down. That Hog is trapping everyone in place. Moogy's got no escape. It's a bring Equai down with him, but no siree.
FY's gonna die again, I bet. Oh, no, never mind. Wait.
He's got
FY?
Gen. He's fine.
Guys,
do not deny me. Maybe he's like, yeah, you're gonna come back here, FY.
He's got the urge to bring him back into the game.
Yeah, FY are feeling themselves. They have improved throughout this tournament. That first game, the lower bracket, was probably their sloppiest, and they dismantled Secret, and now they seem to just have Newbee's number. Like this is a shellacking. 22k, 25 minutes in, and have you seen them make a mistake?
There's a Mjolnir up on this gyro again. He's gonna buff this DK, let him smack away. Any and all of the dots are just gonna do.
Oh my God! Look at their HP. They're just dying to flash.
Mjolnir procs and flash. That's it.
Wow. Static Storm's there, and they're just gonna melt in this too.
Oh my gosh.
Rock players to help them out, and they're in complete disarray here.
FY.
Beautiful call. Saving life with this bloody xNova over here. Sccc gonna topple up the cliff, but it looks like Moogy is going down. They're gonna keep hitting this tier 3.
Respect to Newbee though for calling it, because this game could easily have dragged out for much longer. But they fight admirably, and they just get that was not just a slow suffocation. That was dissection. That was clinical.